Hello there. How are you today? People, I'm so glad that you all are here with me at my YouTube channel. And of course, I could not start this English YouTube channel. I could not start this English video without ask you to subscribe at our YouTube channel, to be our followers, and of course to click and smash the like button because this helped me so much to keep building this YouTube channel and to searching for new members to increasing our English WhatsApp group and our English speaking club. If you have a good English level that you can understand everything that I'm saying here, you are able to join us. Let me know in the comments below. How is your English level? Let's see. And maybe you can be surprised by about yourself. As I did some years ago, I didn't believe that I was able to speak English one day. I would be able to speak English. I do not have this thought before. But day after day, year after year, you can see your improvement because English takes time, is not overnight. So it's not something that you learn overnight. So just needed to put efforts and studying a lot. So there's no magic way. But I not came here. I cannot here just to tell about myself. I just like to practice English with you and to ask you to join us at our English speaking club. We have been built this English speaking club from with people from all over the world. We have people from Poland, from China, from Bangladesh, for Cambodia, and of course me from Brazil. And I'm so glad that you all could join. If you could join us here, if you could practice English with us, I'm so interesting and have more people to share knowledge with us. Usually, I would like to share with you some things here. So the first thing that I'd like to share is this is our YouTube channel, of course. As I just asked it here some minutes before, I'd like to invite you to subscribe on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow our Facebook page. We have an English Facebook page, which is called Practicing by Speaking. So Practicing by Conversation, sorry. And that is our Facebook page. And without further ahead, I'd like to practice my speaking skills with you because today, unfortunately, as here weekdays, it's quite difficult to my friends to join us here to join me on English speaking practice, and I decided to practice by my own because I have my own commitment with English. So I have a dream to speak English fluent, and I should do my best to achieve this dream, to manage it, my dream. Okay, and as well, I really encourage you to do the same. So I have been showing some things. I have been choose some topics to make this English session a good English session to have an amazing conversation. And I hope you like it, the next topic. The last videos, the last session, I spoke with some friends of mine here about sleep. And I'd like to talk about this again because one of the keys to learn English is using repetition. So using your brain to remember, reviewing the topics, even if you already think that is enough, maybe it's boring, but English takes time, and sometimes it's quite difficult to remember the words that you already studied. But if you decided to review the materials, to review the topics that you have learned before, maybe you can get more accurate with your English. So let's do it. Let's talk about sleep. How time do you go to sleep and what time do you wake up? This is a simple question in English. So how time do you go to sleep? In my, of course, I'm gonna share with you my own answer. It's not a specific time. There's no specific time because usually sometimes I go to the bed after I believe it 10:30 p.m. and but I fall asleep 11:30 p.m. 11:30 p.m. sometimes, depend on the how many videos I have to watch before I sleep because I usually when I lay down my bed to take a rest, to take a nap, I usually watch a lot of videos in English just to practice my listening skills. And I have been doing that every day. As I told you some minutes before, to learn English is necessary to put right efforts on it and takes time. And usually I wake up 6 a.m. No, I believe the later time when I woke up, it was in weekdays, 7 10 a.m. and something like that, because I must leave the job at least 7:30, 7:40 a.m. or 24 8 a.m. That should be my answer about this question. Of course, everything can change. Everything's about to change every time, all the time, because our routine sometimes needed to make some adjustments. We need to do some adjustments of our routine. If you don't get enough sleep, how do you feel? I should say that I'm gonna be feel tired, so tired. Uh, I have been feeling sometimes these effects, these outcomes, which I represented on my body faces. Sometimes I do something like that. That is not political. It's not polite, and maybe should not happen. But I to do that, to be able to control myself, I should take more time to sleep. Let's talk about transportation right now. How do you feel, or how do you travel to get work? Or, of course, I'm gonna say about work because I'm not at school right anymore. So I'm working. I'm currently an adult, so I must work. And usually, I went to my job every day by my bike, or which is called more commonly by motorcycle, and just not just to went to my job, but to come back to my home every day. It's quite dangerous. It's a quite dangerous transportation because our traffic is quite hazardous. There's a lot of hazards on the middle track by motorcycle. For instance, the raining time. Sometimes the other vehicles can just change the just change the ways, and maybe you cannot see. You're not able to stop your motorcycle and things like that. The next question: what other types of transportation have you used? I have been used sometimes car, sometimes motorcycle, but there are a lot of time that I didn't use a bus, but usually I use a bus sometimes. Some years ago, I believe 10, 15 years ago, I used it to took a bus at that time. But after saying something, after some answer like car or motorcycle, sometimes I use airplane. I got some airplanes. I fly to other cities by my job to work. And this topic really catch my eyes because it is considered to be advanced vocabulary. So misbehavior. What do you think? If you didn't heard about this phrase, this word before this class, this English session, I know that you understand why it's considered to be very advanced in vocabulary. What type of child what type of child were you? In my opinion, of course, I was a normal, typical child because I like to play at that time. I like to pass time, to spend time with my friends, play on the backyard, went my friends' home and play video games and went to school and things like that. Were you? There's an interesting question. Were you a naughty child? I don't think so. Naughty child. It's more child that makes a lot of the, how can I say, mess and things like that. I don't consider it to me. I shouldn't say that. I would not say that. Quiet child, maybe sometimes. The next question is, who did you respect the most in your family when you were a child, and why? Of course, at that time, I respected many more my father, but today I really have more respect to my mom because when you grow up, you start to understand better things, and you know who at your family, who is the right example to follow. Sometimes, of course, there are a lot of people who have the both sides. They like the both. They say that they both parents. It's quite exceptional, but in my case, that is not the same. Unfortunately, my mother and my father, they got divorced when I was just 6 and 7 years old at that time. And since then, I haven't almost have not seen my father. So he is not a very good father, in my opinion. And that's why I respect so much more my mother. So maybe this is some things that happen with our family. Entrepreneurship, I would like to talk about that. So if you could start your own business, what kind of business would you start and why? It's quite difficult to answer this question, but let's suppose that if I had the opportunity to build my own company, maybe I don't know, maybe something like the internet, something that I can sell or something that I can teach on the internet, something like that. I don't know exactly why. Is entrepreneurship a popular dream in your country? Yes, it is indeed. Everyone would like to have their own business because they believe that this way they can earn more money and get less stressed, something like that. This appears to be the motivations to have to be entrepreneurship. What are the pros of owning your own business? What are the pros of owning your own business? They makes time to work. You decided when you get up, when you leave at your job, when you finish it, and how much do you like to ask to do your services and things like that. That's it for today, guys. I did.